this is Mr. Hun, and today we're going to go over relational and Boolean operators. So we have 6 different relational operators. We have equal to, is A equal to B? We have not equals to, is A not equal to B? Then we have greater than, is A greater than B? Then we have, is A less than B? And then of course we have, is A greater than or equal to B? And lastly, we have, is A less than or equal to B? And so this expression results in either a true or a false. Okay? Now we have the Boolean operators. We have a not. Okay? So whatever the condition is, or the Boolean value, not flips that Boolean value. So if the condition or the value is true, for example, then not will flip it to false. If the condition is false, then the not will flip the value to true. Okay? We also have an AND operator. So in order for this AND, so it connects 2 conditions. So you have a condition 1 and a condition 2. So in order for this expression, Boolean expression, to be true, both condition 1 and condition 2 have to be true. So if the first is, so if condition 1 is false, then the whole thing is false. If condition 1 is true and condition 2 is false, then the whole thing is false. And again, of course, if condition 1 is false and condition 2 is false, then the whole thing is false. So in order for the AND to be true, both condition 1 and condition 2 have to be true. So they both have to be true in order for the AND to be true. For the Boolean, for the OR operator, so only one side, only one of the 2 conditions has to be true. If condition 1 is true, then the whole thing is true. The whole thing is true, and we don't even have to check the second condition 2, because okay. If condition 1 is false, then we have to check condition 2. If condition 2 is true, then the whole thing is true. And of course, if condition 1 is false and condition 2 is false, then the whole thing, the OR, will be false. So with the OR, either condition 1 or condition 2 have to be true in order for the whole thing to be true. Okay, now we're going to look at some pseudocode. Okay, so this is an example of, we have a Boolean variable, bool1 and bool2. They've both been assigned a Boolean value. And again, there's only 2 possible Boolean values, true and false. There are only 2 possible Boolean values. Okay, so if we do a not, if we not bool1, then we'll flip the, so bool1 is true, so bool1 is true, so when we flip it, it becomes false. And if we run the pseudocode, then we see that here we have false. The first value is a false and the second value is a false. Okay? So these 2 result in a false because we took the true value and flipped it to false. Okay, now when we do an AND, so bool1 is true and bool2 is false. So when we do the AND, we have a true and false, which results in a false here. And then if we, again, if we replace bool1 and bool2 with their Boolean values, so bool1 is true and bool2 is false. Because we have a true and false, that also results in a false. Okay. Now when we do the OR, we have bool1 or bool2. And then if we replace the bool1 and bool2 with their Boolean values, again, bool1 is true and bool2 is false. Okay. So bool1 or bool2 results in true because bool1 is true. I'm sorry, this bool1 over here is true. Okay, so again, if we have true, then we don't have to check the second value or condition, because if we have a true and or a false, this whole thing results in true. So we have true and true and true. Okay, now and then we can combine. We can have a longer Boolean expressions. So we have bool 1 and bool 2. Well, we already have it here, and we know that results in a false. Even though bool 1 is true, because bool 2 is false, the AND results in a false. Okay? So if we replace bool 1 and bool 2 with their Boolean values, then it would look like true and false, and because we have a true and a false, we have a false. True and false is false. In order for the AND to be true, they both have to be true. True and true is true, and only then will the AND be result in a true. Okay, and then we have a not true over here. Okay, not bool 1. Bool 1 is true. So when we not bool 1, we're doing a not true, which turns into a false. Okay, so this is false because true and false is false, and the other side of the OR, not true, results in a false. So when you do the OR, the whole thing results in false. So false, false. Okay, so these two statements result in a false. Okay. Okay, I'm going to delete this, and we're going to go look at an example of the relational operators. Okay, so we're going to look at the relational operators now. So we have num1. Num1 is an integer, assigned the integer value 5. Num2 is another integer variable, is assigned a larger integer, 11. Okay. Now we have this. We have a comparison over here. Is num1 less than num2? Yes, 5 is less than 11. So this condition is true. Num1 is 5 and num2 is 11. 5 is less than 11. So that results in a true. Okay. If we change it to, okay, let's say we make it equal. Are they equal to each other? Okay, is num1, which is 5, and num2, are they equal? No, 5 is not equal to 11. Okay, so what happens? Oops, wait a minute. Okay, so when we display the result the first time, we get a false, because in this case, num1 and num2 are not equal. Okay, let's look at the next one. Is num1 greater than num2? So again, num1 is 5 and num2 is 11. Okay, is 5 greater than 11? No, 5 is not greater than 11. Okay, so when we evaluate this condition will result in a false, and that's what we have here. Okay, is num1 not equal to num2? Okay, again, num1 is 5 and num2 is 11. Are they not equal to each other? Yes, that's true. So when we display this result a third time, we will get a true. Okay, and we got a true over here, right? True. Num1 and num2 are not equal to each other. That's true. Okay, now we go to the next one. Is num1 less than or equal to num2? That's true. Num1 is 5, num2 is 11. Yes, 5 is less than or equal to num2. So that's true. Okay. Then the other one is num1 greater than or equal to num2? Okay, is num1 greater than or equal to num2? Num1 is 5, num2 is 11. Okay, so is num1 greater than or equal to true? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I messed that up. Num1 is 5. 5 is not equal to or greater than 11. So this condition is false. 5 is not greater than or equal to 11. Okay, and then when we display the last result, we get a false. Okay, just a tip here. The condition num1 is num1 greater than num2. The opposite of this condition would be this. Okay, either num1 is greater than num2 or num1 is less than or equal to num2. Okay, so if we have less than, right, is num1 less than num2? Yes, num1 is, because num1 is 5 and num2 is 11. Yes, 5 is less than num2. 5 is less than 11. That's true. The opposite of this would be, is num1 greater than or equal to 2? Okay? The opposite of num1 less than num2 is num1 greater than or equal to num2? Okay? Okay, thank you very much.